Jim Brown, 1936 through 2023, a legendary athlete, actor, activist whose impact reached far beyond the football field. So Jim Brown, regarded as one of the greatest running backs in the history of the NFL. Jim Brown dominated the game with unmatched strength, speed, and determination during his career with the Cleveland Browns. He set records, shattered records, inspired generations of athletes around the world. Jim Brown. But his legacy, they claim, was bigger than sports. And see, you have people running around here, somebody come around here telling me that David Montgomery and Mixon and all these people are better running backs than Jim Brown. They said Jim Brown couldn't have done what he did running against the people in football today. Yes, he'd have run up, he'd have left some footprints on some of these individuals. But his legacy was bigger than sports. After retiring at the peak of his career, Jim Brown used his voice to fight for civil rights, empower black communities, and mentor young people through programs focused on leadership and opportunity. Jim Brown showed the world that true greatness, look what true greatness looks like. Excellence, courage, all that good stuff. Excellence, courage, and mentoring young people through programs focused on leadership and opportunity. Jim Brown showed the world that true greatness, again, what it looks like. His legacy will continue to inspire future generations, not only as a football icon, so I want to share that one with you. Do I have another one I want to share? I don't know. We give away all this free history when you got people taking history away from you. You get free history here, and you got people taking history away from you, and you talk about the people who take away the history away from you more so than you talk about or even applaud or say thank you to the people who give you history. But that's not going to hold us back. Then another one, as we look back today, and again, the Astros, the NBA playoffs continue. The Knicks are waiting around to see if they play Cleveland or Detroit. The Lakers are done. The San Antonio Spurs and Minnesota Timberwolves have a score to settle. Oklahoma City, waiting. And here we go. Let me take a break. I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll come back after we take this break. After we take this break, we'll try to come back, and we'll go right to the telephone, and we'll share a couple of other things with you. But we encourage you to keep listening and all that good stuff. I think we're up on the YouTube now. We're on Facebook Live, YouTube, and, of course, KCOH The Source. So you got a number of ways to pick the program up. And, again, we encourage you to do just that. Keep listening. And, again, write the number down so when you get ready to call in, you'll have the number to dial in on 713-668-1230. 713-668-1230 is the number to dial in on. Let me take a break. Right back.
If we don't win the midterms, they'll find a reason to impeach me.
Donald Trump's crypto cronies and mega allies are coming after me because I laid the foundation for his impeachment. When you have the courage to challenge power, you get threatened.
You ain't gonna impeach nobody, you f***er. You'll be hanging from a tree.
Hey, Al Green, we got an impeachment for you. It's gonna be yours. In fact, we even give you a short trout before we hang your nigger.
You're fixing to be without a job, motherfucker. Your is mine, clear as day, boy. I know you're scheduling everything. Watch your whole family.
Boy, what an embarrassing you are.
You better tell Al Green to watch his back. He might wind up dead. That's the way he just acted.
These are some of the many threats I get. I'm Al Green, and I approve this message because I'm not afraid to take a stand.
Early vote, May 18th through the 22nd. Election day is Tuesday, May 26th. Political ad paid for by Keep Al Green in Congress.
Are you looking for a pharmacy where you're more than just the next person in line, where the pharmacists are friendly, willing to talk to you about your prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, where they make deliveries to customers in the general area? Then you need my pharmacy of choice, Mercury Drive Pharmacy, 918 Mercury Drive, right off of I-10 East near the 610 Loop. James Muldrow and his staff are there to serve you. I've been a customer for over 37 years. The insurance companies have tried to steer me to the corporate pharmacies, but I prefer Mercury Drive. It's a staple in East Houston, serving Fidelity, Jacinto City, Pleasantville, Fifth Ward, North Shore, Wood Forest, Galena Park, Channel View, offering free delivery to those areas and others. Most insurances are accepted. Mercury Drive Pharmacy is open Monday through Saturday for your convenience. Phone 713-674-6122, 713-674-6122. Mr. Muldrow and his staff are happy to serve you. Mercury Drive Pharmacy, 918 Mercury Drive, south of I-10 East.
Everybody's talking about the high price of eggs. I don't know much about eggs, but I tell you this. If you want great chicken at a great price, how about Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside? Let's hear what his customers are saying. Michelle writes, Chicken Plus has some of the best fried chicken and best fried okra in the city. We stay about 45 minutes away, but the drive is definitely worth it. E. Max says, the chicken is seasoned so well and every bite has a special crunch. It's my go-to chicken spot when I want homemade fried chicken that's always good. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. Great fried chicken, okra, rice and gravy, desserts. You're going to find it all at Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside. You don't have time to make the drive? Hey, no problem, no problem. You can order Chicken Plus on DoorDash and Uber Eats. You better do what you got to do to get your hands on some of that great fried chicken, the best fried chicken in the city. Great chicken at great prices. That's Chicken Plus. See you there.
The Morning Magazine is the show that has Houston talking. Houston talking.
I'm Paris Ely, inviting you to join us on The Morning Magazine from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on KCOH. The Morning Magazine, where we choose to keep news, stories, factual, commentary, informative, and conversations productive. As you might guess, it's a work in progress. Tune in and see for yourself. You're invited to join us with your thoughtful analyses and considered opinions as well on topics meant to address community needs and solve our common problems. Join me on The Morning Magazine.
The Morning Magazine with Paris Ely. Weekday mornings, 8 to 11 a.m. on 1230 KCOH, The Source.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Hi, I'm JJ Walls with Sunnyside Dental, and yes, it's now been over 30 years that we've been providing quality dental care for our patients in the Houston area. It's now come to my attention that many of you that want to come to Sunnyside Dental have Medicare plans that we don't accept. Hold up, that has got to change. Sunnyside Dental is now accepting most Medicare dental plans. WellCare, Liberty, United Healthcare, Cigna, Kelsey Care Advantage, Amerigroup, Aetna, and many more. We're getting on board. Call Sunnyside Dental at 713-738-1999. If you have Medicare and would like to receive the personal touch provided by Sunnyside Dental, call us at 713-738-1999. We look forward to helping you achieve the smile that you can't wait to share with the world.
Got Medicare dental benefits? Call Sunnyside Dental, 713-738-1999.
And the number here again is 713-668-1230. And one of the things I want to, since I mentioned Jim Brown earlier, I received, there's nothing like, if you don't talk about different things, nothing is going to happen. So I read this thing about Jim Brown, right? I read this article about Jim Brown, so I received a been passed solely for black folks. And no check as well from either side of the political aisle. And that's a good topic. That's a good thing to kind of sit on for a moment. People make mistakes. People are not beyond making mistakes. We make mistakes in regards to maybe what we want to do in life. We make mistakes in regards to where we may want to live in life. We make mistakes in how we may even manage money. We may make mistakes in what we eat. But making mistakes on politicians is nothing new. People pick the wrong politicians. Jim Brown and Don King. Remember when Donald Trump was elected the first time, two of the first people in the White House that I saw pictures of congratulating Trump, thinking that they had a friend in the White House because they had worked with him in the past, Jim Brown and Don King. Two iconic men. Two iconic men. Broke to get into the White House in front of Donald Trump. And guess what? They realized shortly that they realized shortly what the story was when they made demands or suggestions that they knew wouldn't be met. And you saw them seldom at the White House afterwards. So what I'm saying is, people make mistakes on people. All politicians are not perfect. We're not perfect. I don't know a perfect person on the planet. So what do we do? Do we continue? Can a candidate or a person who runs for a political office who made a mistake correct the mistake? And are you wrong to shun aside a politician that does not have your best interests at heart or part of his agenda or her agenda? So what do you do? What's the solution? We know what happened. Okay, we know what happened. Kamala Harris didn't get elected, and you had some reasons for not voting for her. Don King and Jim Brown didn't get what they wanted from Trump. Joe Biden may not have been the man you wanted to represent you. He may never have represented you, but what do you want? They're out of the picture now. The only one still in the hunt is Don King and maybe Harris. So how do you deal with people after you know they're not in your best interest? Where do you go from there? What would you suggest that people do? Continue to suck around on the toilet talking about people that did you wrong, or find a way to get somebody there in a position that you think can help you? What do you do? I'm just asking. What do you do? Caller, you're on.
Well, Coop.
Yes?
Yeah. You remember the musical group Undisputed Truth?
Yes, I remember the group.
Yeah. Well, they told you beware of the handshake that hides the snake.
Yes.
Can you dig it?
Right.
Yeah, that was a very true song.
But what do you do? Okay, you know who the snake is. You know the handshake. So what would you suggest that people do? Wait for somebody else to come along as a snake? Or what do they do?
You just, you don't really know who the snake is until, you might find out later on.
But I'm asking, what do you do? Do you take a chance on being bitten by another snake, or you just go into isolation?
Man, you keep pushing, baby. You keep pushing. You know what I'm talking about? You keep pushing. You keep on pushing, man. You don't stop. You don't fall to the wayside. You keep pushing. You stay on course.
Okay. And
yes, sir.
Okay, you got anything else on that before I go back to what I started off with? You got any?
Nah, I ain't
Are the
got
top
nothing.
25 basketball players in the history of basketball, and no Olajuwon. Should Olajuwon be among the top 25 basketball players of all time?
Yeah, I would say so. You know, but I know they can't get all up on there, but you know, he should be in there, top 25. You know,
Well, I just asked you.
somewhere like 15,
Okay.
15, 16.
Name me some
Something like that.
Name me several basketball players you would put ahead of Olajuwon, ahead of it. If you were picking 25 great players, and whatever you have, let's just say, name me 4, 5, 6, or 7 that you would put ahead of Olajuwon.
Okay. Julius Erving, Dr. J.
Okay.
You know, Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah, man, definitely Magic Johnson. And let's see who else. Shoot, it ain't too many.
And those of you listening, I'm coming to you with something similar to this. You think about name me some players that you would put ahead of Akeem Olajuwon if you were selecting the 25 top players of all time. Name me some players you would put ahead of Akeem Olajuwon.
I'll give you another one.
Go ahead.
Nate Tiny Archibald.
Nate Archibald. He's not on the list. He's not even on the list.
No, he ain't on the list. So they can't get all them guys on there.
Yeah, but he's not on it. But you would have Nate Archibald on your top 25?
Yeah, I have him on the list.
Okay.
I have him on Supreme Little Man.
Okay, you got another one on your list you would have? And again, the number here is 713-668-1230. Go ahead.
LeBron James.
LeBron James, okay. You have LeBron James on the list. They have LeBron James. LeBron James is ranked number 2.
Well, that's about right. Number 2. Then they got Jordan number 1.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I say.
Okay.
You know, I agree with the list on that.
You got another one you would put ahead of Olajuwon, though. You got another one?
It's not many.
Okay, but you have another one.
We'll go old school. Pistol Pete Mavericks.
Okay, he's not on the list, but you would have Pistol Pete among your top 25 players?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay. Okay.
I most definitely would, man.
Okay. And the last thing, do you think LeBron James will retire or return to the Lakers or retire? Or what do you think is the future of LeBron James? Or what should he do? If he asks you what should he do, what would you tell him?
I'd tell him retire while he's on top, man. You know, because they already trying to give him a hard time about what happened last night.
Okay, so you tell him to go in and retire.
Sweeping everything. And he done gave him 24 years of commendable work to the NBA and the fans.
Right.
Professional.
Yes.
And, you know, now he's getting all these, you know, he's getting a lot of hate from the people because, I mean, hey, man, he's getting older, man. You know, I mean, everybody get older.
Right.
You know, I mean, you know, why you dogging the man out like that? Because he's coming down to the end of his career. You know? And that's ridiculous how people act, man. People make you say things that you don't want to say, but, you know, the words come out like that because of their ignorance, man. You know how they dragging this man online. It's ridiculous.
What are they? I haven't seen what are they saying?
You know, they talking about, you know, because he got swept. He too old, and, you know, it's time for him to sit down, and, you know, all these other kind of things, man. It's ridiculous, man.
So if you were in front of those people, what would you tell them?
I'll tell them, man, they need to go sit down because this man is a superstar. He's going to always be a superstar. you know, and he coming to the end of his career, just like anybody else that has performed like he performed for 24 years, running up and down the hardcore. The floor.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Putting punishment on his body.
Yes.
Well, what you think? I mean, you know, what do they think? You know, his body going, you know, getting surgeries and all that. What do they think? You know, he's supposed to pay like he's 20 years old again at 40 something.
41.
41.
Yes.
It makes no sense, man. Some people are so ignorant, man.
But you say you would suggest to him to go on and quit.
Yeah, I would, because he got his boys coming up now. You know, they can keep that shine on him. You know, he got 2 boys coming up in the league, and they gonna be cold just like him. What else they gonna be? You know, they got his blood. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, hey, man, you don't have nothing else to prove to these people, man.
But I want to.
You know, he gave him 23 years.
Well, I want to thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, I got something else I want to talk to you
Go
about.
ahead. Hit me then. Hit me with the other one right quick. Go ahead.
Okay, well, you know, because me and you had talked, man, early when the season first begun. You know, so now that, you know, I retired and everything, I can watch a lot of TV, but I've been watching the NBA. I've been watching it religiously. And, you know, I told you, man, these guys, any one of them teams could be champions.
Right.
That's
okay.
just how good them guys were this season.
Well, you got.
I mean, all the teams.
Well, you got the Indiana Pacers, and you got the New York Knicks, and what you got? You're gonna either have Cleveland or Detroit, and you're gonna have Minnesota, right? Or San Antonio. So,
right.
So now, if you had to pick just one, which one do you think has the best chance of winning the championship? Just one out of those teams: San Antonio, Minnesota, Detroit, Cleveland, the Knicks, and you know, you got to pick the Pacers, or who do you pick?
Well, I don't know, but what I want to talk to you about, because it's 16 teams that 16 teams that were in the playoff, 8 on both sides, East and West. Okay, out of 16 teams, then but 3 teams get swept out of 16 teams. So what's that telling you? Some guys had to be playing some basketball. You know, and it's almost over now, but you know, I mean, swept. Then the 3 teams get swept.
Well, that means there's a lot of parents went through the battle with the 16 teams that started the deal. So you're going to be down to 4 teams. So your best team to win?
Our best team to win is going to be, I think OKC going to do it again.
Well, you have a good night. I know you got relatives over in Oklahoma. I'll see you later. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Let's try another one. Caller, you're on.
Ralph Cooper.
Yes.
Hey, man, I wasn't going to call, man. You read that text or whatever you got from whoever that is who said that crazy comment. Ralph, sometimes our people, politically, and sometimes racism, don't know the difference between S and Shinola. Now, you know, these are the same people said that Barack Obama was a weak president. And although he was the first black president, like, this man was supposed to go in there and change a system that has been anti-black for what, centuries?
Yeah.
And think he was supposed to do and Rep, think he was supposed to do that in 8 years. And I don't get what these, and then these are same black people who was all in the uproar when Kamala Harris ran and pitted her to not vote for her versus a racist, in-your-face racist Trump who lets you know that he ain't like black people and then killed a whole lot of black people because he denied a coat. These are the same black people who want to call, like what he said, Jim Crow Biden. Where if Biden was such Jim Crow, you know, he wouldn't have put the first black woman as vice president. That's Jim Crow. Jim Crow's rolling his grave because he did that. Look.
Well, let me read it. Let me read it again without calling any names. And if the person is listening and they want to defend themselves, they can call in. But I'm not going to get into the name calling. But here we go.
No.
The comment was that I mentioned the thing about Jim Brown and who Jim Brown was and his legacy, right? And the comment came in: Jim loving Trump is no difference than you all loving Kamala and Jim Crow Joe Biden. Yet still no substantial legislation has been passed solely for black folks. No check as well. When he's talking about the check, he's talking about the reparation check that some people don't want, some people don't think we should have, but I think we are owed a check. Anyway, from either side of the political aisle, that was the comment. So and that's what you're commenting about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So Ralph, what makes you think that a white supremacist government that was built on making every minority rich as far as money instead of black people? If you look at the scale of what black people get compared to all the other minority races, that's a system to keep us down. So what president you think gonna do that? What president you think gonna put in an agenda that says for something just for black people? Hey man, look, whoever you wrote, Kamala wrote an agenda just for black people. She wrote the agenda, and y'all still didn't vote for it. So what else can she do? You know, some of you black folks need to really, really, really think about when you say you woke. You know, are you really woke, or you just don't have any common sense? You know, I mean, Martin Luther King said that, you know, when he made a mistake of integrating us, he said that he integrated his people to a burning house because he knew that the system was never going to change. The system always going to be anti-black because it was built for centuries for us to not have it. You know, what makes you think Barack Obama's supposed to come in there and just wave his wand and say, oh, we got to do this for black? He did a whole lot for black people, but he had to do it under radar people.
Well, and right quick, Elijah Wan. Should Elijah Wan be ranked, Akeem Olajuwon be ranked among the top 25
Absolutely.
basketball players of all time? Why?
Man, look.
And again,
look, man,
go ahead.
Look, man, let me tell you something, man. Akeem had it all. Akeem was quick as a cat. Akeem played defense. Everybody who tried to guard Akeem, he gave them fits. Ask David Robinson, ask Shaquille O'Neal, ask any center that had to cover Akeem Olajuwon. You couldn't stop him. You know, the dude was just so quick. And, you know, and also he has finesse. He had it all. You know, and I know you talk about the top, of course he's, dude, man, he's in the top 10. What are you talking about?
Well, I just asked. I'm the top 25. He's not in the. They don't even have him listed. He's not listed among the top 25.
Well, Ralph, that's because of some non-athletic person bias probably did it. That's a sports writer who never played sports. But you ask any NBA basketball player that played against him to tell you he's in the top 10.
Well, let me ask you
know,
this.
I mean,
in the top 10? Well, I'm broadcasting here when I come in here. I'm in the Wilt Chamberlain Dipper Dunk studio, right?
Yeah.
Now, they got 8 people. They've got 8 people ranked ahead of Wilt. How could do you have 8 basketball players you rank ahead of Wilt Chamberlain? 8. 8. Now, I said 8.
Let me think.
Okay, start naming them. Start naming them.
You know who's number 1 to me.
Go ahead.
You already know who my number 1 is.
Okay, you got
Kareem
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You got Jabbar number 1.
Is the king.
Okay, so who's number 2 on your list?
The only reason why I give him 2 because of longevity, and that's LeBron. Just because of longevity.
Okay, number 3. Number 3?
Michael Jordan.
4?
Number 4, I would actually give number 4 to Magic Johnson.
Number 5 on your list.
Number 5, I would give Dr. J.
Number 6 on your list. You got 5 people already ahead of Wilt Chamberlain, the Dipper Dunk, and the whole deal. Number 6 on your list. Number 6?
Number 6, I give the Dipper.
You give the Dipper number 6. Okay, well.
Yeah.
Okay, he's number 6 on your list. Okay. Well.
Number 7.
Yes.
Number 7, Hakeem.
Oh, number 7, you got Hakeem right behind Wilt. You got number 8, go to 10. I'm going to let you go to 10. Go ahead.
Number 8, let me think about it. Number 8 right now, bro.
Number 8 of all time. You got it. And that can include somebody, you included LeBron. He's still playing right now.
Number 8, I say Steph Curry.
Okay. Number 9 then. You got Steph
Number
Curry.
9.
Yeah, Steph Curry, number 8. Number 9 on your list.
Number 9, let me think about number 9.
And when you get a chance, write this list down that you have so we'll talk about it even later in the week or next week, okay? In the future.
Number 9, I put Bill Russell.
Okay, number 10 then. You got one more to add to your list.
One more. One more, number 10.
Yes.
Ooh, man.
Number 10.
Oh, man. Number 10, I would have to put, I'd have to put my friend brother in, Oscar Robertson.
Okay, that's a good. Okay, you got 10. Now write that list down so you have it when we talk in the future. You already have it, okay? Because I'm gonna do some more on that, okay?
All right. Okay.
And thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Hey, Ralph.
Yeah.
Hey, Ralph.
Yes.
Hey, man, this World Cup out here where I'm at, give me the blues, Ralph.
That's a good one. Why is it giving you the blues? Because of ice? What's going on?
No, Ralph, it's the people running this stuff, man. You know, it's people from, running this stuff, man, and they calling in a frantic and stuff like that, like they never done it before.
Well, they've never done it before with the outcome maybe being what it could be. Some people could go to jail, you know. Some people could be held in detention, as you know.
Ralph, yeah, but, it's just a whole different animal we did with these corporate people. That's like,
like
when the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's like when the Super Bowl was here, Ralph. Ralph, look, I don't want the Super Bowl to come here until I retire from out here. Super Bowl, Ralph, let me tell you what Super Bowl did to me. And they think they're God. And I know why they think they're God now, because they command Sunday. So that's why they think they're God. This is what they told me when the Super Bowl was here, Ralph. They said, we're gonna put this here, you're gonna figure out how it's gonna stay here.
Well, are the soccer people saying the same thing? Are the people who are running that event? They've holding press conferences talking about the security and the expectations of the number of people that are going to be coming in the country, and what to expect even here in Houston. Which,
Ralph, Ralph, I'm tell you something, Ralph. It's kind of controlled to me in between the fences of 8400 Kirby.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
But Ralph, I don't know about no stands, Ralph, because you know what? one thing about soccer stadiums, boy, they can get down with the fighting.
Oh yeah, they
Rap,
don't
can
fight
get
now.
down.
Well, that's why I say some people going to jail. See, they can't. You're gonna have security's going to be beefed up, and then you got to really. Do we really have the security to handle this?
Rap, yeah, hey Rap, look, Rap, you know they got we got 3 holding cells down under the stadium, don't you?
Yeah, I know that. That's what, but that may not be enough. Is what I'm trying to. That was on
Rap,
the back of my mind. But go ahead.
Rap, they'll pile them in and bring in the paddy wagon.
I'll see you later. Bye. Bye.
All
Thank
right,
you.
bye.
We'll talk about that more
All
as
right.
it gets closer. Cause
Okay. All right, later.
Bye. Let's try another one. Caller, you're on.
Yes, sir, Mr. Cooper.
Yes, sir.
Man, you going back to your provocative ways, I see.
My provocative ways have never really left. I just give you all a break every once in a while because I don't want to. I know how you people are. First thing you'll say is, he's just an old, ornery, tired old man. Just want to grumble all the time. So that's why I don't. I hold back. Just like somebody yesterday. Someone yesterday said, "Hey man," he sort of indicated that I let people take control of my program. I don't. I listen. This is orchestrated. It takes some patience to listen to people. If you understand what I'm saying, it's not. You're not. In my case, I'm not above learning. I learn from people. I may not agree with everything you all say, but I learn. Okay, and I'm willing to share in cases maybe going overboard and letting people share their thoughts, because I can understand how difficult it is for people to maybe share things they want to share.
Yeah, and get it out there,
Right.
in as concisely as we can, right?
Right. Yeah. So you try to give people time, and you try to listen and hold back, but hey, but it's orchestrated. It's orchestrated. Believe me. Hey, man.
You're the ringmaster. You're the ringmaster is what you say. You're the ringmaster.
I'm really the performer. You all are the ringmasters. I just adjust to being the performer. But see, people don't understand. A lot of people can't understand what I just said. But you, I think, and some others do. I know you do. I know you understand what I'm saying.
Right, and you're right, and that's your talent. That you have demonstrated that you can perform.
Right, and I'm not above. The ego is not above from enjoying it. I mean, some people let the ego take them out of some very exciting moments, if you understand what I'm saying too. So I enjoy it.
Yeah. Listen, that was curious what you read about Jim Brown and who was the other person?
Well, I threw Don King in there. They were mainly talking about Jim Brown, but they were talking about Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Obama, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think from my point of view, people, have disappointment, right?
Yes, we all do.
And, and so I think that's mostly what you hear is when Obama was talking about hope and change, right? I just think people just got a little disappointed at this point, and they don't want to be disappointed again. Right.
Right.
You ask the question about what do people want?
Yeah, they don't want to be disappointed.
Yeah. Exactly. And so because if you this whole idea between Mr. Green and Mr. Menifee lends itself to the wrong choice can lead to another disappointment.
Right, and see...
based on what happened to the previous two candidates, right?
Right, see, and you bring up an interesting point. I saw both candidates yesterday. In fact, brief conversations with both.
Right.
And I respect both, right? So I see but see, being aware of how this has come about. This came about because of the redrawing of the districts, right? You know,
Right, redrawing, and keep in mind, it came about because they have an opponent.
Right, right. So you got two congressmen vying for the same position, coming down on May 26th. So you respect. I respect both. I respect.
And so do I.
Yeah. See, although you read different things and you hear different things and people do this, my thing is, it takes some balls to be doing what they're doing. In my opinion.
They in the arena. They in the arena.
Yeah, it takes
them. You can't take it away from them.
Yeah, so and then you relate. See, this is where I shouldn't probably be talking about this, but it's a good topic.
Well, you're Ralph Cooper, man. Go ahead and provocate.
No, but it's something that I saw. Okay, they both showed up yesterday at the swearing in of Quentin Wiltz as mayor of Pearland, right? They both came to the ceremony to congratulate him. Congressman Green, if I'm correct, presented some type of documentation. I wasn't inside. I got there too late to go inside. Some type of documentation to Mayor Wiltz. And of course, the other, Quentin, the other one came.
Mr. Menifee?
He came to show his support also, right?
Right.
And they both had different, maybe people with them that support them, et cetera. But I watched how the people reacted. See, what Quentin Wiltz did after he was sworn in and after they had all the other ceremonies in regards to other people who may have been elected to positions out in Pearland and the mayor pro tem and the other mayor stepping down, they did all of that. He called a quick adjournment and went outside where the bulk of the people were. The bulk of the people were outside by a big screen. This is why I encourage people to come out. See, people don't know what they miss by being, by their presence. This was a piece of history being made. I saw a man with two little boys. I forgot his name. A man it's on my Facebook page. The man had two little boys with him, maybe 5 or 6 years old. And he had them listening. I saw another group of people in wheelchairs. One or two of them were in wheelchairs. I saw some older women sitting on the sidewalk. I saw suits. And these were, the bulk of the people outside were the people who supported him, right? That's why he adjourned the meeting on the inside, came outside and gave a hell of a speech on the outside to the people who supported him, but he was also speaking of unity.
Yeah, let me ask you a question, right? What kind of crowd was it?
He let them know that he was a Democrat. But now was the time to make Pearland better for all the people, right? Not just one group of people. I just want to get that point on. Now you say, what now?
Yeah. What was the mixture of the crowd?
The outside crowd was 99 or 90% black. The other part, maybe Hispanic and white. To me, 90%, 75% of the crowd were females, black, young and old. They all came to see him sworn in. He had his wife and one of his children there with him on stage. He acknowledged all of that. He thanked the people for their support. And the thing that was enlightening about it also, well, you realize the magnitude of what he did. Although only 13 or 14% of the people voted, and he won only about 200 or 300 votes. The magnitude it was in front of you. He defeated. Diversity came to a situation that was there was no diversity really, other than maybe a white female or maybe a Hispanic or two, right?
Okay, you didn't see any white men.
No, white men were the ones that were running it, from what I saw. the mayor pro tem, or the mayor, and the city councilman who tried to become the mayor, who lost to him. He spoke, and he acknowledged, he congratulated Quentin on his win in becoming the mayor. So all that took place there. That's why I say it was a, and he came back. I'm talking about Quentin came back now with this speech where he's talking about making Pearland greater through unification, not just one group of people benefiting.
Yeah, because the other caller was talking about Barack Obama and some kind of black agenda. You know, the politicians just cannot talk like that because their neighborhoods are integrated.
Right, and I saw it there. What happens living in Pearland? I live. Hey man, I'm living where I live because I enjoy where I live. I'm not there to do this or that. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to be elected to nothing, but I went to this and I could see and what it meant to other people. You know what I'm talking about? This was inspirational to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? It gave them life.
Yeah, hope and change. Right?
Yeah, right.
Progressive neighborhood. I mean, I've always been impressed.
Right.
Pearland.
Yeah, and see, I was watching also the people who were in power who now had to give up part of their power. Right? They've given up part of the power. Whatever deals they had.
I don't know. I don't know if they got the same. You know, I know in Houston.
Well,
the mayor runs just about everything. I don't know if that's the same kind of structure they got.
Well, it probably But what I'm talking about, you've got a black guy in the mix there now, where you didn't have that concern in the past. You just did what basically what you wanted to do. Now you've got to maybe change on how you're going to how those deals work now, how those deals work with a new guy coming in, who hasn't been a city councilman. They were trying. The city councilman that ran against him had the support of everybody out there, white. Everybody, basically non-black, and not saying that Quentin Wilson didn't have any white support or Hispanic support, he did. But what I'm saying that the white candidates have been in that arena. You're coming in with no experience in the arena. Not saying and I'm not saying you can't adjust and do it well.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people are cautious about the idea that, at least I am anyway, that, if a person is black, therefore I should celebrate, because they want a position, versus I should celebrate if I see improvement in my community, right?
Right.
I'm not, I congratulate him and these other people, but I think the idea is, as Malcolm talks about, and another guy supposed to brought this up with me about some kind of return, right? Some kind of return, whatever it could be.
Right, but see,
some kind of return here, other than I come to this celebration party.
Right. Well,
and I feel good. I've been to church before, right? I tell you.
Right. But
you can go into a church house, man, and you can come out of there feeling pretty good.
Well, you can, but see, I felt pretty good coming away from there because of the way the people reacted and the inspiration they seemed to gather. My thing is, I don't want nothing from you. I already got what I wanted from you. You got elected. I wanted to see you elected because to me it was important.
Rob, is it that you said you don't need anything from me?
I don't. I've got it. I've gotten from.
That's where it's at.
I've gotten from him what maybe I need. I got some more inspiration from him. See, to me, when I can see, okay, this is. I'm gonna share this with you and the others listening. When I went to a school where people from Pearland they were bused to my neighborhood in a little short yellow bus, and some of my classmates and maybe even I at times we used to laugh about it. They bring in these non-witted individuals.
Right, the short bus, right.
Yeah, they had a short bus,
right.
Because there was so few of them. They had a little short bus. They were bused from Pearland to Worthing. They couldn't go to school at Pearland High School, which was down there then. They couldn't go there, so they bused them they bust the blacks to Worthing, the ones that came to Worthing, they were bust. And they ended up being some of the smartest people we had on the campus. Some of the smartest people, and some were athletes also. So then you experience that. Then you realize when you were a young man and you had to go through Pearland, you were going to Alvin. So you go through Pearland and you go down Telephone Road, you had to drive 10 or 15, 20 miles under the speed limit because you didn't want to be stopped by the police. They had a reputation for stopping blacks and black males in Pearland. So you remember all of that kind of stuff as a youngster. Then you're older now and you move to Pearland. And you look younger than you are and you're wearing a cap. And the laws pull you over several times out there. Before you realize what's happening, they think you're younger than they. When they come up, then they realize how old you are, or could be. Your tail light is out or something. Some kind of crap. Your tail, and you go somewhere and
probable cause, right? They call it probable cause.
And it was called profiling, is what it was. You know what I'm talking about? So you become wise enough to say, take the damn cap off, and they won't pull you over. So sure enough, that worked at that time. So, and then now, when I moved there, 2 people played a role in me moving there. They were athletes. Jose Lima, Cooper, they're giving away property. They're giving away property out in Paris. You don't have no down payment? No down payment? I'll help you if you don't have no down payment. And then the other one was Haywood Jeffries, who moved out there and started a business when he was playing with the Oilers. And and what they were saying was true about the price of property. And where I really wanted to move, I couldn't move because I was too young at that time. And they were really giving away. They had an age restriction.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had an age restriction at that time.
That should be against the law.
It probably was, but I didn't feel like challenging it, but I sure wanted to get in there. But $60,000, it was the property was going for $60,000. That's all. $60,000. I can still, but anyway, so that's what happened. Yeah. So when I see what I saw yesterday, I'm happy for Quentin Wiltz. I'm happy for the people here inspired, and I'm happy it will bring a change to Pearland. It will bring a change.
Well, I mean, his inspiration is qualified based on the amount of people who voted.
Yeah.
But let me move on, Ralph. Somebody get in about Elijah Warren. I was asking myself the question about would I take in a 3-on-3 Moses Malone over Elijah Warren?
Yeah.
In a half-court game.
Yeah.
And because I know Elijah Warren, I remember him as being way faster than Malone. I mean, I can't remember how Malone got up and down the court. I think Elijah
he ran the court pretty good. Yeah, Moses ran the court pretty good.
Yeah, I just don't remember him being a liability for running the court.
Right.
And Elijah Warren was tough. But so I guess I'll ask you the question. I saw him too, but I'm struggling with the answer. Would I take Elijah Warren versus Moses in a half-court 3-on-3?
Well, I'm taking Moses because of his, and not both. But Elijah Warren was the student who became the equal, in my opinion. I mean, you can't take away who Elijah Warren became, and the amazing thing was how hard he worked. So some of those workouts that a person was privileged to go see. They got Lewis led in the gym, or you would happen to be at a place where they were working together, Moses and Elijah Warren, and you saw how long you knew what Moses had worked hard to become who he became, but he was not afraid to share it with another individual he could see. Moses saw the potential in Elijah Warren, and he didn't hold back, and Elijah Warren didn't take a step back.
Right. But so finally, I think there are 25 players better than Elijah Warren, even though I think Elijah Warren is a great player.
Okay, well,
I think on the list of 25, he might not make the cut in my book. Yeah.
Okay, when you get a chance, write the list down and see if you would change that. Okay, if you would put him among your top 25. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, all right, Rob.
And thank you, appreciate it. Okay.
Take it easy.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Let's try another one here. And let's try this one. Caller, you're on. Hello.
Top of the afternoon, Mr. Cooper.
All right, how are you doing?
How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing well. Go ahead. We've got topics, so you can go ahead and add your input. I appreciate it.
Well, Coop, I just want to know I want to know the top 25 you got.
The top 25 I got.
Yeah.
Out of that top
'Cause
20.
I want to know where you put Elijah One.
Where would I put Elijah One?
Yeah.
Elijah One would be in the top 25. Elijah One would probably be around 19 or 20 on my list. Yeah. On my list.
Well.
Yeah.
Well, that's with all the players, correct?
Yeah, that's what the
NBA.
ones playing now and the ones who played in the past. Your top 25 of all time.
Well, I was just saying, because if you did a top 25 at his position, the center.
No, I'm talking about all players, everybody. And
Oh,
guards,
yeah.
forwards, centers,
Oh,
everybody.
okay.
Yeah, top 25
Okay.
players. Yes.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering. That's all, Mr. Coop.
Well,
You know?
would he be in
Hey,
your
Coop,
would he be in your top 25?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm just curious.
Hey, Coop.
Yes.
Now, you remember I called you earlier about it, but somebody dropped the ball. Either the general manager or the coach. Do the coach have an input on who get traded, Coop?
Maybe they may ask the coach, but that falls basically with the general manager and the owner, and how they're going to, and maybe the finance guy, the accountant may be involved to a degree because you got to fit the money in these days.
Well, that goes my theory again, Coop. With all good teams come good management.
Yes.
And somebody for the Rockets dropped the ball.
How is
I'm
that?
just sorry.
How is that?
Because now, I'm saying that because now they talking about they want to trade Sanguine or whatever his name, Sanguini or Sanguine.
Sengun. Okay. Go
Yeah,
on.
Sangoon or whatever it is. Now that's the nucleus of all their young talent. Matter of fact, Jalen Green was the leading scorer from the time he got drafted with the Rockets, right? He took over the scoring.
Well,
He
that's,
led the team to score in the 3 years he was here.
well, that's why some of us didn't want to make that trade that got rid of him.
That's what I'm trying to get to. Just slow me down. But anyway, Coop, now, like I said last time, somebody up there dropped the ball because whoever judges this talent for the Rockets, they doing a horrible job. I'm just sorry.
So what would you do now? Who would you?
What would I?
Yeah, right now, the season just ended. Do you keep Kevin Durant and bring him back with the two key players that you lost to injuries coming back next year? You got two key players coming back who were injured this season. So do you stand pat and just make a draft pick or 2 or 3 and sign a free agent, or do you trade Kevin Durant? What do you do?
Well, first thing I'll try to find out, what I can get for Durant.
Yes.
Because, I don't know. I was looking at the draft picks they got what, 28 and 39?
Whatever, but go ahead.
But, okay. Well, then, because if we going to be able to compete with OKC, San Antonio, Minnesota, Denver, we got to go get some youth. Because I was telling them now, everybody on the bench got to go except for Tate. I'm going to keep him.
Okay.
Only reason I'm keeping Tate, because he got a hustle gene that you can't teach.
Yeah.
So when you put him in the game, something happens. They can be losing by 30 points. He come in there, he makes something happen. He going to get a couple of good rebounds, might make a few shots, but he definitely going to get some rebounds and D somebody up. So everybody else is up for grabs to go. But you got 2 people coming back next year that everybody's up all high on. Well, they coming back from ACLs, right?
They were
When they
injured.
come
Yeah.
back from
The injuries, yeah, the serious injuries. They were out for the season, no matter what it was. Season-ending
That's a
injuries.
major surgery.
Yeah.
Okay, well then ain't too many people out there gonna take nobody coming back from that kind of injury.
But do you take a chance and you're bringing them back? You've got what position do you draft for, or do you try to sign or make a trade for? Which position is that? Which position is number one on your list?
Guard.
A guard. Okay, you go for a guard.
Yep. We need somebody that can score, Coop.
Okay.
We ain't got nothing that's consistent.
Well,
we got people that can make a shot or two, but we don't have a consistent score. We don't. Where the Vinnie Johnson's at in this draft? Who's the Vinnie Johnson of this draft?
good point.
You know what I'm saying? Or either who the Andrew Toney of this draft? That's the kind of player we need, Coop. We don't need no defensive stoppers. We don't need all that. We need somebody.
Well, they thought they had it in Kevin Durant.
Well, he's too old, Coop.
So you don't take a chance. You don't wait on him for next season, is what you're telling me.
Nah, I ain't waiting on him for next season. If we got to keep him, we stuck with him because he makes so much money. Ain't nobody gonna want to take that contract. You know what I mean? Unless we pay half of it.
But you don't. So you really don't want him. That's what you're saying. You don't want him.
Coop, you had the second best record in the West, Coop, and you bust that up.
Oh, they had the second. I thought they had about the third or fourth or fifth best record in the West.
It don't make no difference if it was third, fourth, or fifth, Coop.
Well, it makes
they
it.
ain't even in the top 5 now.
Well, I know they're at home.
That's what I'm saying, Coop. You made and you wasn't no play-in when you got in there, was you?
No.
Last year.
No.
That's what I'm saying. So now we bust that up for a bunch of old geese.
I gotta go. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, Coop.
Yeah.
Coop. You know what their problem is?
What's that?
They don't know how to pick them.
I'll see you later. Bye. Bye.
They just take them as they come. See, it don't go like that.
No. Thank you. Let's get another one in here. Caller, you're on. Hello.
Hey, good afternoon, Ralph. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I hope you are too.
Yes, sir. I'm doing well. I heard you had an open line.
Yeah.
And I heard you read the post from, I think I could guess. I know there's an individual that responds on your post frequently, and sounds like he's a conservative, but that's okay. That's okay. One of the things I will say that I think we should look at, and I'll talk more about it later, but the black women and black men appointed to federal judgeships, lifetime judgeships. And I think that that's something that we haven't really discussed or talked about as we go down as
When did this happen?
redistricting path. Oh, this has happened over years. It started with Obama,
Okay.
right? And so Biden appointed, well, let's start with Obama since he was first. But he appointed
How many?
26 black women judges.
Okay. Federal federal judges?
Federal, these are federal lifetime appointments, right? And that's
Biden-
women.
and Biden?
then men.
Oh, he did men
and
too.
Men.
Okay.
I'm still doing Obama, women and men.
Yeah.
And 26 women and 36 men.
Okay. Then Biden.
And Biden 40 women.
Mm-hmm.
And the most. Well,
many men?
Is important. Biden was 23.
Okay.
But it's 23.
Okay.
But it's important to say that Obama was the record holder prior to Biden coming in for the most appointed.
Okay.
Right. So no others had, and none of the other presidents had done more than him prior to that.
Okay.
And so
What did Trump
saying
do?
that to say,
Wait a minute. Hold it. Did Trump do any?
oh, I don't, I
Well, I mean, but if you're concerned about,
I could Google that.
yeah, find that out because
but
that's
I think-
important too. Because it's important because, in my opinion, being black, since you brought it up, I would like to know how many blacks has Trump appointed as judges, federal judges. That's what you're talking about, right? Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Okay. 2 black women.
Trump. Okay.
And 6 black men.
Trump. Okay. Okay. No problem. Go ahead. Okay.
So, and that's to date over the term.
Right. Okay.
Over the first term and the second term. That's what's happening with that.
Okay.
So, and it's important for, I think, us to know that we are going, that's going to come in, it's going to be useful to us as we start redistricting all of these maps, because these judges can play a part.
What proof do you have that the districts will be we
don't have any yet. We don't know. We don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Okay,
But
I was just wondering. I thought maybe
when it comes down to it, in preparation for this, because
but you have to vote.
We're looking
you
at
have to vote,
different
right?
scenarios. You have to vote.
But people are not going to vote.
Right. And we got and the station has PSAs where we're talking about voting all the time.
We talk about it all
Ralph,
the time.
I hear you saying that.
And see, one of the
I hear you.
One of the things about that is this. I mean, we preach the voting to people, and the biggest disappointment in my case, to me, are the men, the black men. They take it. They're not taking it, in my opinion. Maybe it'll change. Serious enough. Maybe with the next 3 months, 120 days, with whatever goes down, maybe that'll change. But right now, I don't see that. I see black women voting. I see you all. I see black women voting. But I don't see the black male voting. In my opinion, in regards to black males, is obsolete. In my opinion.
Why do you think? But I think overall, we haven't been. The numbers were reflective of that in the past primaries, right? Overall, we weren't voting. But I understand what you're saying as a black man. The way that you say that. Why? What are the reasons behind that?
Many of them. They don't believe that it will work. They don't believe it works. They think many think it's a waste of time. But the other key, I think, is they don't have any. Name a person that they rally behind. You had people to rally people. You go back. You go back to say Adam Clayton Powell, the church, right? A preacher, right? But they rallied. They kept him there for years, right? Then you come around here. You had Barbara Jordan, you had Mickey Lee, you had Craig Washington, you had of course Sheila Jackson Lee. You see what I'm saying? Then in the end, although sick, you had Sylvester Turner. Now you've got two. You've got Al Green was a justice of the peace for 20 some odd years, if I'm correct, before he got in. Before he became a congressman. So you got him.
I lived in his district.
Yeah. So but see, the people they don't even rally on that. What do they rally about? And see, the first thing they're gonna say, well, there's nobody inspiring me. Well, you run then. If you can run.
Right.
Run.
Right.
Yeah. See, but that
they have the Houston Campaign School. July McShay.
Yeah.
I had her on there. A lot of people that are actually learning how to run for office out there. There are a lot of people that are learning how to work on the staff.
Yes.
To work for people
that
are running for office.
Right.
So there are things that are happening out there where we can, participate and get involved. But what I hear you saying is that the men that you were talking to and that
the younger guys
don't really believe.
No, they don't. They've many, and I'm not saying all now. Many have given up on that. Yeah. Many have given up. So you look at the younger. I looked at the guys yesterday. Okay, you got Kristen Menifee, who of course is younger than Al Green. You got a 70-year-old guy and a guy close to 40, right? Okay, you got a 70-year-old guy and a guy late 30s or 40s. Okay, so, but I still look around. The people I see out there are mainly the older guys. I see the Quentin Wills ran for mayor. I don't see the influx of younger guys.
How old was he? Is he?
Well, he's about 40 or somewhere in that neighborhood, if I'm correct.
Okay.
But you don't see the, you know, it may be even younger. But my point is, you don't see the influx. I see it among the women, though. And but it's all related. See, people, when they
I think that's what's separating their mindset is that black women, you know, I know
the money thing is a key thing to the whole thing. Where in the past, and it's a different world we live in now, where you had older people that people who were older than us, they made it work even though the money may not have been there. You know what I'm talking about? These days, you know, when a guy comes and tell you a story about some money and his wife, about something about to go down with his wife and the job and money. And you can tell that it's bothering him, right? But it shouldn't. It never should be coming up. What are you going to do now that I'm retiring? If I've been making it, why my theory is, if you know you make a certain amount of money, try to live as close as you can within that amount. I'm talking about the man now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you need to.
Yeah, if I can't afford but 1 6-pack a month, you see what I'm saying? I can't afford to go out or maybe hang with the guys but once a month because of my income. My black behind needs to do that.
But you know, Ralph, I think we're so caught up into a lot of these things that distract us, and I'm talking men and women now, not just men, but men and women. We get distracted. That issue that I was talking about a couple of weeks ago about do black men, you know, do they love black women? You know, all the stuff you see where it's like these people are dislike each other. And, you know, family events, a lot of people were probably doing things over the Mother's Day weekend where you had a chance to visit with family. And like you say, people that are older than me, you know, older than you too in one instance, and that was there. And they worked together. And there wasn't the same, there was just like a dependence on each other. And I don't mean dependence. When people talk about dependence nowadays, it's sort of like dysfunctional. You shouldn't be dependent on anybody because you should be, you know, a lot of that stuff is just like, from what I saw, you know, one person worked, I had an aunt, she worked at the phone company, and my uncle went to school, and then when my uncle got his degree and started teaching and got administration, she did what she wanted to do, and they raised their kids and sent them to college, you know, all of that stuff. But it started with, and those two people started off their marriage living in the back part of my grandparents' house.
Right, but
they
worked together. They
worked together, and it wasn't like a male, female. You do this. Like I say, she worked, and he went to school and had a part-time, and then when he did his, so it was like she didn't have to work for a long time. You know, she retired from the phone company a long time before because of the investment that she had put into his life. She didn't have to worry about him leaving and going with somebody else and all of that. Those people work together, and in the end, they are both very vital, older people, look good, take care of themselves, travel, do all these things, and they came from very modest beginnings.
Well,
And all I'm saying is it only takes that, but I don't even see people wanting to make the investment in each other.
well, because there's a fear out there, in my opinion. The fear is this, and when I say this, I'm not talking about all. I'm talking about black men now, and I'm not talking about all black men. They fear the fact that the woman may make more or have more assets than they have. My theory is, okay, let's say the woman does have more assets than you. What do you do? How do you convince or make them feel comfortable in regards to making you part of what they have? And how do you adjust to what you have? If you know you have maybe a third of what they got, you got a third of what they got, and how do you make them comfortable enough to understand or to want to even involve you in what they do have? And I'm not talking about, you don't even have to know what they have.
I understand.
I don't even want to know what you. I don't want to know what you have. If you understand where I'm coming from, all I want to know is what should my little obligation be? What should my obligation be? I don't care
your
what.
obligation doesn't have to be little.
No, I just use that as I'm just using that. It could be big. Yes, I agree. But my
it's
point
how
is,
you treat people.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But see, you don't. If you're retiring, don't come to me telling me, yeah, I'm about to retire now. You know, you got to change your lifestyle. You know, which means you've been helping me or giving me something. But you don't. I don't think you have to tell the person that. Or if you do, tell them in another kind of way. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Make them feel good about
and
it. About it.
Exactly. About the situation. And
the situation is about to change, and we won't have the
Right.
resources that we've been having. So now.
And maybe now we need to come together, and we need to, I don't like to say downsize, right size. We don't need this huge house.
No,
you know,
that's what I'm saying. That's
we
what you
need
can do.
small and nice and right sizing.
Right,
And
you
if
don't
you're
need this
working
big
together
light
as
bill.
a couple-
You don't need the big light bill
Exactly.
you've been having hit you, or maybe
Exactly.
You know. So, but I'm saying, but see, a lot of that, and then because you're older now. See, when I was younger, something happened different to me when I was younger and hanging around older guys. That doesn't now. I never really depended on the older guys that I was around to really advise me. It came automatically. They would tell you. You know what I'm talking about? They would if they saw you doing something wrong, they would tell you. You know, you need to don't do that.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. So nowadays,
And I'm gonna get on these.
Go ahead. Get on.
I'm
what?
gonna get on these women too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get on these women too, and say to the point you made about making more money.
Right.
If you don't treat somebody, you know how to treat somebody to make them feel good
Right.
about where they are.
Right.
It's about lifting up. It's about lifting up. If you
Right.
have to try to make somebody feel better, then you are immature and you got some problems that you need to work out. And so if a man is working and you know that he is he's doing what he can,
Right.
and he's reading and improving himself and all those things or whatever, even if he's just living his life and he's a good man, that's all that's important. And a lot of these people can't get past that because they want to get, like the old people say, before folks, and they want this guy to be if he's a truck driver, they want to say he owns his own trucking company. I mean, all of this stuff, these things that you're trying to put out there socially, where these people don't care about you anyway. So why are you not living your best life? Because 9 times out of 10, you have way more invested in yourself and in the man that you're with and that you love in order to not let that stuff be a problem. Now, if that person is doing things out of character, misusing money and blah, 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 whatever that is, that's another. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about somebody you can trust.
Right.
And so these women, you need to, we know how to treat each other. We know how to treat other people as well. And we know, because we talk about it all the time, uplifting people instead of trying to make them feel, like they're not
nothing.
worthy.
Yeah, they're not. They don't have. They're nothing.
Absolutely. So we need to do that.
Right.
But you're not gonna ask me the sports question.
Well, I mean, you're like most women. You ramble. Go ahead. You
stop.
So
Okay.
one of the keys is to a man is listen. Sometimes it's hard to do. It's not an easy task. It's a learned skill. Listen in regards to the females. Just listen. Sometimes if you listen, but you will admit you all are hard to deal with, right? So you listen. A guy has to learn how to listen.
I know.
With no comment.
I know I'm a handful.
Yeah, with no comment.
I'm a handful.
Yeah,
I'm a handful.
So Elijah
you
went.
have to say listen for understanding, not just
listen for
and go one ear out the other, but
right.
listen. Okay.
Right. Yeah. See, so it's a you learn from. I think about different situations you learn from, and you and how people can trust you, and if you're really in the money, if you're really in the money, and money is the number one thing you after. Guys look for individuals like this. A woman tells you, I've got everything. I've got everything. I've got a great job. I've got a son already, 3 or 4 years old. I've got a son. I've got a nice car. I can afford any kind of car I want. And I have a nice place to live, as you can see. She said, I'm missing one thing. And I'm missing a man that I can trust in my life. A man that I can be seen with, to take me place. This is what the woman says, right? Then you're a younger girl. So she says, this is what you can have. But you're not in the money. And I've never was taught to depend on women for money. And then in this particular case, this is in the passbook era, right? Remember passbooks? How you all had passbooks?
A passbook.
Passbook or
you
savings
talking about
passbook.
like the things my mom used to have, like
a savings passbook.
The green.
Yeah,
stamp?
no. It was like you go to a bank or a savings and loan company, and the printout was in a passbook.
Yes.
So the person pulls out this pass. The person has 3 passbooks, and the person is nice looking, very intelligent, all that kind of stuff. Several degrees. The only thing missing is a man, right? And they see the man as you, right? So they throw these. They say you can have this, you can have part of this, and they throw these passbooks out, and you look at them. 2 of them were 6 digits, right? One was 5 digits. They were worth a whole lot of money. And you tell the individual, look, I understand where you're coming from, but if I'm going to give you a piece of advice, don't ever show another man what you just showed me, unless you want to do it after you're married or something. If you really, I wouldn't. I say even if I was married, I would even if you were a sister. Never show a man this. But that, guess what happened though?
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
And these women. That's what I'm saying. But don't you need something? I say, yeah, I got what I need. I don't need that though. I'm not taking that from you. But don't ever do that again. Don't do that.
No.
But that's what happens
No,
out there.
and women, for a woman to lead, yeah, and a lot of times I see a lot of that on social media. I've heard a lot of that, the boss lady and this and that or whatever. It's like, okay, I came from this situation. I already have all of that stuff in place, right? And I mean, you could be, like you say, a single mother this day. You have all of that stuff in place. The last thing I want to think about when there's a guy that's interested in me and he wants to go out, the last thing I was thinking about was that I'm leading with my femininity. I'm leading into that.
Well,
because that's not what we don't have to focus on that. If you got your own thing, you a man, and we can focus on how can we get to know each other
And
better?
although they had that going on, although they were at a high level now, although they had all the intelligence, the looks, and everything, but they had, I guess, been hurt or whatever in a couple of places. But now they meet somebody that who's different, who's not there for the money. You know,
right?
He didn't come there for the money. He came the honey, but not the money. If you understand what I'm saying. Right. But and with respect. So.
Right.
You run across that kind of stuff.
No, and it's the values of women that are different for some of them.
Yes.
You know, for the young women that are around me and the ones that are in our family and that kind of thing, you know, that's not how I don't believe that's how you should roll, whether he's a man or Gen X or whatever. Now you need to lead with your femininity and how you treat someone and how you respect that person. Now, if you're doing that, then if that person has ill intent, then it's going to reveal itself. So you don't need to, that's a red flag. If a guy starts talking about money to you, that's a red flag, especially if you're not bringing it up.
Right.
And you're not asking anybody for anything, and he's asking you to go out. Well, let's go out. Let's have a good time. If he asks you for, I don't have money to pay for dinner. Well, first of all, if you're going out on dates, this is how I did it with, we switch out. Let's do, I come up with an idea to go out and do something this time, and next time you come up, you surprise me, and then I surprise you, and you surprise me. And then we just building something based off of wanting to know each other better. All of these other things that people lead in with now, like I was telling you the story about my relatives that are older together and came from,
nothing. Came from the
bottom.
Yeah, came from the bottom. Yeah.
They didn't have to. They didn't. When you do that, you don't have to. Different things. That's going in the wrong direction. Just come at it from like just a modest, getting to know you kind of thing. And if you too much, then you too much. Because I hear a lot of these ladies say, "Well, he just wasn't." I was doing all of this, and he wasn't doing it. Well, lady, you might be doing too much. But if that's what you want to do if that's what you're comfortable with, if that's how you want to lead in, then you might need to look at being by yourself.
Well, what time? You going to be with Paris this weekend? Friday?
This weekend, I'll be with him on Friday.
Yeah,
but, okay, Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Magic, Bird, Russell, Wilt, Kobe, Duncan, Shaq, Steph Curry. I think Hakeem would be number 12.
On your list, okay. Number 12 all time.
I did some number 12 all time. Yeah. And insofar as centers, did I do centers?
No, that's all players. Yeah. All players.
But that was all players that I did.
Yeah.
That was all players that I did. So, he would definitely be up there. I remember Hakeem had not only defense, but he had offense too.
Right, he did. The Dream Shake. Remember the Dream Shake?
Yeah, the Dream Shake. I remember that.
Well,
But I think he, for Moses Malone,
yes.
I heard you talking about that.
Yeah.
I think he had more rings. Well, than Moses did, but he wasn't a better rebounder than
Right.
Moses.
Yeah,
Lamar.
Moses was always
I think
Moses
is
was
what
like
it
he could
was.
smell a basketball or something. Like he had a radar on him.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I gotta go, but tell everybody
All right.
tell everybody you'll be with Paris Friday. What time? You got a special guest or what?
Yes, sir. 9 a.m. I'll be on, and
Who you got?
I had on Troy Fenner, Chief Fenner, last week.
Right.
This week I'm going to have Sheriff Zena Stevens, Jefferson County,
Okay.
first black woman in Texas, first black woman in Texas to be elected sheriff three terms now. So she's in Jefferson County up there in the Golden Triangle over there in East Texas. So you wouldn't think, huh?
No, and then like Troy Fenner, when I first saw Troy Fenner was a football player at Madison, if I'm correct. When I
At
first,
Madison, yeah. He grew up in the same part of
Oh, yeah,
town I did. He's a good guy.
Oh, a great guy. And like I said, I saw him in high school. So that was great that you had him on. I didn't get a chance to catch all of it, but it was great. I thank you. Be out.
Thank you, Ralph. And thank you.
And for all of you who are holding on and trying to get in, sometimes it's just great to listen.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry. Sometimes it's great for people to listen. And I'll be back here tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and I encourage all of them to call in. Or if you need to leave a comment on Facebook with me. Thank you. Okay?
You're the best, Ralph. Thank
I'm all right.
you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. And we should have Don Sams here in a little bit. But until then,